Welcome back, guys, to yet another World of Warcraft. Not really a gold making video, but it does have some relations to gold making videos. Today we are going to be talking about how I personally level my characters up solo in Dragonflight. Now there's a lot of different ways that you can actually approach this, but as a baseline thing, 60 to 70, I want to go through what I would normally do. So let's go in onto level 61 character here that I have, but this character hasn't done anything in Dragonflight, and I'll show you guys what it is that I do. Now, before we do get into the video, make sure that you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment down below the video talking about how you've enjoyed maybe Dragonflight this far, or if you've enjoyed the leveling experience or any changes that you would like to see. I'd love to talk about it because you know, every expansion has a different leveling experience, and it's very interesting to see the changes that Blizzard make pretty much every single expansion. But either way, I also want to say thanks to all the supporters over on Patreon. If you guys are interested in supporting me or getting any of the benefits, make sure you check out the links down below in the description or in the comments. But let's get straight into the video. We are talking about, obviously, Dragonflight leveling. With Dragonflight leveling, you can go, obviously, with time walking, which is up every 3 or 4 weeks. You can obviously check out your calendar and figure out, okay, well, time walking is during this week. I'm gonna make sure that I get as much rested experience as possible, and I'll just level during those weeks. Now, if you're more inclined to be like, okay, well, I want to level when I have time for it, I don't want to necessarily wait for a specific event in game to be happening, then this video is for you. Now, what I would do, I would start out with getting the Dragon Isles Await. You get this quest as soon as you get to level 60. You get that quest, and it's something that you turn in either Orgrimmar or Stormwind, depending on if you're a Horde or Alliance. Now, you can decide whether or not you actually want to do this quest, but if you do want to do any of the campaign quests in the Waking Shore, you're going to have to do this quest. You can start up the campaign quests in the Onaran Plains and Asher's Span and Feldrassus without doing this quest, but the quest lines in the Waking Shores are actually really good, and I do recommend that you actually do them. Now, speaking about campaign quests, the most casual, easy to follow way that I've been able to level so far on all of my characters is following the campaign quests. Now, without there being any fancy experience buffs or any tons of rested experience on your character, you can probably expect, if all you do is the campaign quests and no side quest at all, then you could probably expect to get to 67 or 68. And obviously that's not level 70, and you do want to make it to level 70. So what I normally do to obviously get the last part of that bit stretched out is I pick up a profession and I level it up to skill 50 or 75 or something like that, pretty much until the point where I've spent up most of the experience that you can get from leveling your profession. And then next to that, I would just do dungeons. I usually swap up my my questing a little bit with dungeons just to have fun, and also along the along the campaign quest, you're going to get dungeon quests along the way. That's all I wanted to say. And obviously they're not the greatest, but they're still worth it to do, especially if you do have them and you do like doing those dungeons as a baseline. And that will pretty much make sure that you get to level 70. And obviously, depending on how fast you are questing, it might be a little different. But that's the easiest and most simple way that I've been able to figure out Dragonflight leveling. If you are a fan of questing, there are, of course, great side quests out there, or not campaign quests, that you can do that will actually also be pretty good and decent for your time. But if you're just trying to make it as simple as possible to follow and not have to remember a bunch of NPC locations and a bunch of names and a bunch of other quests, it's really easy to follow, especially on your map. You know, you're just looking for the specific campaign quest logo, and that is it. And the leveling experience is still pretty long, especially if you don't have any rested experience or you don't have, you know, heirlooms additionally on top. or if, you know, there's no leveling event, no Dark Moon Fair, no Midsummer, no whatever it is, right? So it's still going to take a while, but that's probably the best case scenario that you're going to get, just at a baseline level. And then you can add all those other things on top that will speed up the process. But I wanted to make this video just to put it out there on how I level, because a lot of people over on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Sensible have been asking me recently when I have been working on the alt army. Hopefully this video was at least a little bit helpful to some of you guys. If you have any questions as to what you should do, or basically to anything that I said, make sure you drop that down in the comments below. And also, if you did make it to this point in the video, type
Your mom.
yeah, sure, type your mom in the comments. I'm definitely gonna remember that. I'm gonna be so surprised when you guys type it. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching the video all the way to this point. And yeah, until the next one, see ya.